Hello everyone, this is Trey from Texas Sports TV, and this is Week 3 NFL Power Rankings. And I gotta say, I am very impressed with how many views Week 1 got. Because, I'm sorry, Week 2. I didn't do Week 1 because there's nothing to go against doing unbiased Power Rankings except for preseason, which literally means nothing. But moving on, I am very impressed with how many views I got. I also am impressed with how many subscribers I got. I got boosted up to 120 subscribers now. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to me from the last Power Rankings video. And, well, as of recording this, it may actually go up. Now, and with that, I'm pretty excited about this one because this is going to be the first video that I'm actually going to have someone helping me on, kind of not just speaking to. I don't have a guest or anything, but as an editor who I'm going to trust here, and something that I really kind of need for videos, especially ones where I'm going to get lots and lots of views. And like I said, I am very impressed. No, it's not the most views I ever gotten in a video. That's the 3,000 video. No, it's not the most views I even got on a Power Rankings video. But it is the most views I got on the first video of a Power Rankings video. The AF didn't even reach 100 on its first video. The MLB didn't reach 100 on its first video. But the NFL did. So I am very impressed. I got to thank everyone here. And again, thank you for helping me reach 120. And if you want to see more of the power rankings and any Texas sports or my picks of anything, really, just go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And let's get right down to it. Now, the rules for this power rankings, like I said, it's very unbiased. I look at the combined scores of offense and defense from lowest to highest, and the score is basically what are scoring offense ranked and scoring defense ranked. And you don't want a larger score because a larger score means the lower you're ranked. Like you're ranked 32nd, that's how many points you get, and so on and so forth. If there's tied or not, there's like a 3 or more tie, you look at the best point difference to the worst. If that's tied, you look at the win-loss record. If that's tied, you look at the win streak. If that's tied, you look at head-to-head. And if that's tied, you look at the schedule difficulty. And by schedule difficulty, I mean the teams that they played against and where they are. And then if that's tied, I basically just do the coin toss because I don't know what to do after that. So, with that, let's just hop right onto it. To the first team that has yet to move. The first team that hasn't moved is the Miami Dolphins. They are still ranked 32nd, and if you disagree with me, you are wrong. Even biased power rankings have them. I don't see how you can be biased towards the Dolphins going, yes, this team is better than they look, and not have them ranked 32nd, okay? Out of 2 games, they've only scored 10 points. That's the worst, and they're right now, they're the only team, they've already allowed over 100 points. Again, the worst in the NFL, with the worst point differential, negative 92. That's one of the ones I need to fix. I went through and fixed the rest, but point differential, not run differential. I don't know why I need to change that to PD. But negative 92 point differential, and they are 0-2. Okay, there is nothing good about the team right now. They haven't won a game. They haven't tied. They have the worst point differential. They have allowed the most points, and they've scored the fewest points. This team is just trash. And honestly, I don't think there's really much to add right now. This team is trash, and I think it's going to take a little bit for them to get out of it because, I'm sorry, nobody even wants to stay in it. It's not like the Astros where they're rebuilding and Altuve stayed and was like trusting them. No, the Dolphins, no one trusts. Everyone wants out of the Dolphins. No one wants to be a part of the Dolphins. Right now, the Dolphins are the new Browns. No one wants to be a part of it. Sorry, Dolphins, you're going to be there for a while now. The first team to move, and every single team after this has moved in a spot. They've moved position. The first team to move are the New York Giants. Now, there's going to be teams who win that move down and teams that lose that move up, and there's going to be teams that are higher that have a better record. Again, I base this off of points allowed and points scored. And okay, this isn't just based on the record alone. I put factors into it. I set up my rules, and I can't change them because This is unbiased, and things will make sense later on. Okay, and but right now, the Giants. They've only scored 31 points. That's tied for the 26th in the NFL. They've allowed 63 points, tied for 30th in the NFL, which is really second to worst. And their point differential is negative 32. They're 0-2, and here they tied for 56 points. New York Giants they're just really bad, but they're not but they're worse than the Steelers. The Steelers are much worse. All right. And why is that? They both have the same point differential, and they both have the same points, and they both have the same record, and they haven't faced each other head on. Otherwise, they would be a different record at this point, considering there's only 2 games. Well, or at least one of them would have something that's not a loss. Okay, but here's the thing. The Steelers have faced tougher opponents. The Giants, yes, they faced the Cowboys, but then they faced the Bills. Okay? The Steelers faced the Patriots and the Seahawks. 2 good teams versus the Giants, who faced one good team and one bad team, even though they're kind of ranked pretty high right now. So the Steelers are only ranked higher because they faced harder opponents, but they both have a negative 32 point differential, and they both have 56 points. The Steelers, they have the 29th scoring offense with 29 points right now. They've allowed 61 points, 27th in the NFL. And Steelers, they moved up, and Giants moved down. Next, we have the Cincinnati Bengals. Another team that you kind of expected to be way down here. The Bengals, I've heard a couple people, not everyone, say that they're better than they seem, but right now, they're not that good. They've only scored 37 points, that's 21st in the NFL, and they've allowed 62 points, 28th in the NFL, with a point differential of negative 25. Their record is 0-2, 49 points. That marks them down to 29th in the NFL. They're the 29th team in the NFL. And yeah, we're still in the bottom. There's still not much to talk about here other than another kind of bad team that's just having a rough start. Steelers, there was something interesting to talk about. I just didn't go over it. Oh yeah, Ben Roethlisberger is injured. Okay, there's that. The Steelers are just going to be bad this year, but who knows? They may be better without Ben, because let's get back to the Steelers. Steelers may actually be better without Ben. Not because Ben is a horrible quarterback, but because Ben Roethlisberger, he is a bad leader. He is the reason why a lot of the inner locker room the inner locker room drama happens. He is the reason why there's a lot of issues in the locker room. He causes a lot of bad behavior in the locker room. He calls out players on his online talk show. Ben Roethlisberger was a huge problem, and him being injured, honestly, may be better for the team. The team may actually get better now. Yes, they've lost a lot of good players at this point, but honestly, they may be better. They need to move on from Ben Roethlisberger, but I don't know if they will. The head coach likes him. I don't know if they'll ever move on. 28, the New Orleans Saints. And man, I know this is unbiased, but yeah, mathematically, with my rules, they are way down here. And I don't think there's going to be a lot of people who argue, considering they lost Drew Brees and they got destroyed by the Rams with that. So the Saints, they are 1-1. If Drew Brees was injured during the Texans game, Texans would have won, but now they're injured and it doesn't help the Texans at all. But okay. No, I'm not saying it's good that Drew Brees was injured. That's not what I'm saying. It's just he got injured and after he affected one team, and that's my team. I guess awesome. But yes, he got injured. This is not why the team went down. The team went down because of the numbers, the point spread. Now, the Saints, yeah, they are a lot worse without him. And this honestly shows it. They have scored 39 points and 19th in the NFL. That's a big drop. And they've allowed 55 points, which is 26th in the NFL. I'm not sure that's a huge drop. The defense was already kind of bad. That's a negative 16-point differential, 1-1. Yeah, they are 1-1 and they already have a negative 16-point differential. That's how badly they got beaten by the Rams. 45 points. That makes them 28th in the NFL. The Saints, I don't know what they're going to be this year. Without Drew Brees, if the sooner he comes back, the better for the Saints. I respect Drew Brees. He's an amazing quarterback. I hope he gets better. I said a while back that last year was probably his last chance for a run at the Super Bowl, and I really do hate that I'm saying I may actually be right about that. Because again, I like Drew Brees. He's a good quarterback. I respect him. I just don't know if he has handled the old age as well as, well, the Patriots have with Brady. Because Brady, yes, his age has shown he's not as physical. But here's the thing though, he was never as physical as any other quarterbacks already. So it doesn't really affect him as much. Plus, the Patriots have built a huge team around him. They make good players around him all the time. The Saints haven't been doing that for Drew Brees very well until, well, it's too late. 27th, falling way down, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They've scored only 38 points, 20th in the NFL. They've allowed 53 points, 25th in the NFL for a negative 15-point differential. They are 0-2 for 45 points. Now, Jacksonville Jaguars, here's the thing. I see potential in this team. I know they're ranked 27th. I see this team as more mediocre than bad. I can see this team moving up in the power rankings from here and ending the season in the middle. I do not see this team becoming super great. And I'm not just, I'm trying to be as biased as possible here. I don't like the Jacksonville Jaguars. I wish that they would be bad, like every team in my division, because division rival. But the thing is, this team, I can see potential. I just don't know what to make of this team yet. The defense struggled against the Chiefs. Well, at the same time, they were the Chiefs. They have a really great offense. They can make any defense struggle. But the defense showed up and sacked Deshaun Watson quite a bit during the Texans. But at the same time, I'll admit my Texans, we have a trash O line. Yes, it is better from last year, but it's not a good O line still. We are going to give up lots of sacks this year. So I wouldn't be going, yeah, Saxonville, because this was against the Texans. So I don't know about this team. This team. And the other thing was questionable play calling. And one really questionable play call, in my opinion, was it was the deciding factor. The Jaguars decided to go for 2 points. Why? I don't know. They could have tied it. They would have had momentum going into overtime. Yes, there's away from home, but they would have had the momentum being caught up to the Texans. Not only that, but if they were going to go for 2 points, thing is, well, not that difficult if you throw the ball. Here's the thing. The Texans defense. Jaguars did pretty good throwing the ball against a shit O line. Not shit. Against a shit secondary. Our secondary isn't that great. And it really showed, the secondary and our defense really showed against the Saints. And the Jaguars could have used that to their advantage. But they didn't. Instead, they decided to run the ball into the one part of the defense that we do have that's good, the defensive line. Our defensive line is amazing. Instead of throwing it to a really bad secondary, they went and tried to run through the defensive line. No, I know it's a goal line, but you should have thrown the ball. You would have had a better chance. So not only did they not kick it and they went for 2, but they went with the play that was not likely to work. New York Jets moving down to 26th in the NFL. Yeah, this isn't surprising anyone. especially now that their starting QB has mono and he is out, and the person they had playing in game two, in week two, was not very well, and he got injured. It's just the Jets organization is a mess. Not like the Dolphins, but it is a mess right now. And so right now, New York has no good football teams. I'm talking about New York as in the New York team, not like uh Boston Patriots or something like that. I'm talking about New York, where New York's in the name, and because they have two teams, but neither one of them are good. And so you have the Jets. They scored 19 points, 30th in NFL. They've allowed 40 points, 14th in the NFL, with a negative 21 point differential. That is, well, that's pretty good, honestly. Their defense is a top half. It's their offense that's the problem. If they got their starting quarterback back, maybe they'd be better. Now their record is 0-2, and they have 44 points, 30th and 14th, which is why they rank 26th in the NFL. Another team to fall in the power rankings. The next team, the Denver Broncos, is the next team to fall in the power rankings, which really doesn't surprise me after they lost to the Raiders. Now, they scored 30 points, which is 28th in the NFL, 40 points allowed, 14th in the NFL, with a negative 10 point differential, 0-2 and 42 points, which is a tie. By the way, I don't remember this tiebreaker off the top of my head, but they did tie. Denver Broncos, I am slightly disappointed in. I'm not exactly surprised, but yeah, I'm slightly disappointed in this team. I would have liked them to do a little bit better than what they're doing now, and who knows? This till the beginning of the season, things can drastically change. Who knows what could happen in the future? But right now, I am not impressed with this team at all. 24th, the Cleveland Browns. This team, I don't know what to make of it yet. I don't know. They lost against a team they should have won, and then they beat another team that they should have won. The Cleveland Browns got utterly destroyed in week one, but then beat a team. Okay, they beat the Jets. It's not that impressive, but the Cleveland Browns could have done a whole lot better last week too. I don't know exactly what to think of this team yet. They could have beat the Titans. They really could have in week one, but they didn't, and they just kind of looked really bad. And there were times where the Browns honestly looked bad this week too. Well, I don't know what to make of this Browns team yet. This team, I don't think is going to make the playoffs. I don't think it's going to win a division. But this team is going to be interesting to watch and see how they go from here. This team has scored 36 points, 23rd in the NFL, allowed 46 points, tied for 19th in the NFL with a negative 10 point differential. They are 1-1 with 42 points with a tie. That's a tiebreaker. Tiebreaker is the Browns have the better record than the Denver Broncos. Next, you have the Washington Redskins. This team, I'm sorry, this team is trash. And once again, they did exactly what they did in week one. They didn't play for the whole game. They played for part of a game. And, well, you can't do that. They need to play the entire game. There were moments where the Redskins honestly looked like a good team. But then they just kind of stopped playing, stopped trying. They looked pretty bad. And, well, I think that's just going to be their story. There's going to be moments where they look like a good team, but then they're just going to lose anyways. They've scored 48 points. They could have scored more. 11th in the NFL. They've allowed 63 points. Tied for 30th in the NFL. Now looking at the points is not actually that bad. 11th in the NFL for points scored. Not bad. What's bad is that defense. And honestly, again, the offense could have been better. But it's not. Why? Because they don't try every single play. So they have negative 15 point differential. Their record is 0-2, 41 points with the tie. Who cares? Let's move on. The Washington Redskins should be better, but they're not because it's on them. Oakland Raiders. They have moved down in the power rankings. They have scored 34 points, tied for 24th in the NFL. They've allowed 44 points, tied for 17th in the NFL. I was impressed that they actually won a game. I was more like I was disappointed in the team they beat, but I was still impressed. And then they started off against the Chiefs. Yes, they ended up getting blown out, but they actually started off looking like the better team. And I started to think, could the Raiders be a dark horse team? They ended up losing and getting blown out, but they had control of the game for a bit. And this was the Chiefs. Like, I gotta give the Raiders credit to that. They had control. Not the entire game, obviously, but they had control. That's much more than I would have expected from this Raiders team. 1-1. Yes, they did move down in the power rankings, but I'm still impressed. But 41 points. They're 22nd in the NFL. Pretty soon going to be the Vegas Raiders. Who knows? Maybe they're going to be the Vegas Golden Raiders, like the Vegas Golden Knights. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at 21st in the NFL, moving up in the power rankings. At least they won a game. I don't know. This team's not going to do anything. Honestly, the NFC South. That's the Saints, the Bucks, the Panthers, and the Falcons. With the Saints down like that, the NFC South is wide open, and the Bucks showed that they can win. We don't know exactly how the team's going to go. They're probably going to go on and lose a lot more games, but this Bucks team showed that they can win. There's still a lot to go on, but as of right now, the NFC South is wide open for anyone to take. And the South is wide open for anyone to take in both the AFC and the NFC. Now, the Tampa Bay Bucks, they've scored 37 points, 21st in the NFL. They've allowed 45 points, 18th in the NFL with a negative 8-point differential. They are 1-1 in the record with 39 points. They are ranked 21st in the NFL. Not bad, not that great, but honestly, this team has, once again, potential. We shall see how as the season progresses. The Carolina Panthers. Okay. Did I say the NFC South was open for anyone? Never mind. It's not. The Panthers are not going to win the NFC South. I don't see how they have it. Again, anything can change, but Cam Newton, I'm sorry, I am not impressed with him. Dolphins, I know. 15th, tied for 15th in the NFL, scoring 41 points. That's pretty impressive, right? Yeah, but it's not because of Cam Newton. Cam Newton has had, you watch him, yes, there's moments where he throws some beautiful passes, but this offense would have been a lot better if he was playing a lot smarter. This offense under him, you see him, there are scores that they should have made, but that they didn't. And yeah, their defense isn't really helping matters either, allowing 50 points, 22nd in the NFL. Their point differential is only -9 after 2 losses, which isn't bad, but again, the offense needs to do better. The defense needs to make some stops. The Carolina Panthers, I don't see them making the NFC South. I see the team slowly falling apart as people start blaming other people. The team starts blaming each other. Offense blaming the defense blaming the offense. People blaming Cam blaming everyone else. This team's probably going to fall apart at some point. This team, if they continue to lose, I just see people start blaming each other. I could be wrong. Maybe they don't blame each other, but losing can cause bitterness. Winning can create people to work together because they're winning, but losing can cause the opposite effect. They get bitter, even if it's with friends. Moving up, the Atlanta Falcons. They won a game. After losing and me going, what happened, Falcons? Y'all looked really bad. They came back and they won. After And that win kept me from going 11-4, 11-5. Yeah, 11-5. It kept me from going 11-5. I ended up going 10-6 this week, which is ideal. You want to go at least 10. You want to get at least 10 games right during the week. But yeah. So the Atlanta Falcons, they're moving up there. They've scored 56 points, 8th in the NFL. A good offense under Matt Ryan. The defense is tied for 28th, though, allowing 62 points. The defense did look better in the last game, but they need to get even better. They need to end up being at least a mediocre defense, not a bottom 10 defense. But right now, that's 36 points, giving the Atlanta Falcons the 19th rank in the NFL. Next, we have the Arizona Cardinals. Not much to talk about here. They tied. Just Kyler Murray, yeah, but the Cardinals are still a pretty bad team. Okay, they haven't won a single game. They're 0-1-1. They've allowed 50 points, tied for 22nd. They've scored 44 points. Pretty good, but not what we're looking for. That's only 22 points per game right now, with a run differential of -6. Giving them, 35 points with a tie right there, and they got the rank 18th. The Arizona Cardinals. Not much to talk about. They aren't really that great of a team. Okay, whatever. Let's move on. The Indianapolis Colts. Oh, man. Okay. This team was good without Andrew Luck. I don't know. This team, it was only the Titans. Thank you for being the Titans. I really don't like the Titans, like a lot, but being the Titans, y'all show that y'all still can be good without Luck, this was a statement game. Y'all lost Luck. Okay, y'all lost the first game. Okay, then y'all came into a divisional rival and beat them. That is a statement game. Colts. Who knows? Y'all are going to be y'all. I don't think y'all are going to be winning the AFC South, but y'all are going to be causing problems. The 14th best offense, scoring 43 points. The 21st defense, allowing 47 points. -4 point differential, 1-1, 35-point tie. And with that, we get to the halfway point and to the better half of the teams, the good half. And you start off with the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears! They are 19th. I'm sorry, they're 30th. They're tied for 30th. The offense is trash, okay? The defense is amazing. Third in the NFL for points allowed, but the offense is complete and utter garbage. They've only scored a total of 19 points. 19 points in 2 games. That is not even 10 points a game. It's slightly under, but it's not even 10 points a game. That is garbage. The Chicago Bears need to do much better than that. I'm sorry, but Bears, you need to get your offense together. Mr. Trubisky, the quarterback, he needs to figure something out. The Bears is just, I know y'all are the better half right now, but if you don't get the offense figured out, y'all aren't gonna make it you aren't gonna win the Super Bowl. The Chiefs are amazing. The Patriots are amazing. The Rams are amazing. The Cowboys, amazing. You need a defense wins games, defense wins Super Bowls. I get that. I understand that. But you need to have an offense to back it up. This Bears team, if they don't get an offense, is going to become the Jaguars. A good team with a great defense, but with a quarterback that does nothing, and they end up losing, and then the defense just, I don't know, quits. This Bears team needs to find a quarterback. Not a Mitch Trubisky, a quarterback. 15th, the Philadelphia Eagles. Y'all lost. Y'all still have a positive point differential, but you know what? Y'all lost. Y'all score. Y'all have a really good offense, even with Carson. Carson Wentz, he got injured, but he came back. I fear Carson Wentz is going to get injured at some point in the season with a season-ending injury, and the Eagles season will be over because they don't have a backup. They traded their backup to the Jaguars, and then he got injured with. Oh, this is gonna be. I don't know, but 52 point. They've scored 52 points, 9th in the NFL. Right now, a really good offense with a pretty bad defense, allowing 51 points, 24th in the NFL. Kind of the opposite problem of the Chicago Bears. And Carson Wentz is a good quarterback, but he really. The Eagles need to have a backup plan because he's going to get injured, and once he's injured, the Eagles season is over. Point differentials +1, 1-1 record, 33 points, 15th in the NFL. They are ranked. Next, we have the Houston Texans. We moved up from 20th. We had a pretty good win. I'm not gonna lie, we could have lost that game. We had some luck in our corner over here, but a win is a win, whether it be 1 point or a blowout. But a win is a win. We scored a total of 41 points, tied for 15th. We've allowed 42 points, 16th in the NFL, a negative 1 point differential, 1-1 record, tied for 31 points. So the Houston Texans, we won a game. Let's keep on winning. We can win more games. This is a good Texans team. Winning the Super Bowl, I do not know. Okay, we almost beat the Saints, but at the same time, we almost beat the Patriots last year, and we didn't even win game 1 of the playoffs. This team needs to figure something out. This team needs to fix the O-line. We need to fix the O-line. We need to fix the O-line. I know we got pretty bad secondary, okay? But our biggest priority right now is that offensive line. We fix that offensive line, the offense would get 10 times better. And then after that, offensive line is one of the best in the NFL, and we got Deshaun Watson, one of a really great quarterback. He got his protection, and we get a good offensive line, we'll have a good run game. You know why? Because people will be blocking, and even if we have a bad running back, he'll be able to gain yards from that. We'll have blocking, and then Deshaun Watson, who's able to make plays out of nothing, will have time to, figure things out, and the offense would be unbelievable. We got Hopkins, we got Fuller, we got all these players on the offense. The offense, all we need is the O-line. Once we get that figured out, then we have the secondary to work with, and some defensive linemen trying to work out a few of the kinks. Not just that, but try to figure out what to do once J.J. Watt retires, because he's going to retire at some point. But until then, offensive line. Figure out that offensive line now. The Minnesota Vikings, 13. They are ranked 13th. They fell down. They lost to the Green Bay Packers. They, slide me to fix it a little bit up, but they scored 34 points, tied for 24th in the NFL. They've allowed 33 points, 7th in the NFL, with a positive 1 point differential. They're 1-1, tied for 31 points. The run differential is one ranked up higher than the Texans. Minnesota Vikings, yes, Trevor, your team is moving down, but it's still above my team. I get it, your team's still above my team, but guess what? Your team's moving down, and at least my team's going to make the playoffs this year. Haha. Why is that right? Seattle Seahawks, they moved up in the power rankings, ranked 12th. They've scored 49 points. This is a really good team. They are 2-0. But the problem is their games are being too close. I'm sorry. They are a good team, but both their games are too close. One was against the Steelers, and the other one was against the Bengals. 2-0, yes. Games need to be much better than this. Now, 49 points, that's 10th in the NFL. They've allowed 46 points, 19th in the NFL. A 3-point differential record, it's 2-0. 29 points, giving them 12th in the power rankings. But like I said, y'all need to figure out a way to not make the games this close. You won by 1 the first game against the Bengals, and then you won by 2 the next game. You're better. Come on. Doesn't need to be a blowout, but the games don't need to be that close either. Los Angeles Chargers. They moved down to 11th. They have scored 40 points, 17th in the NFL. They've allowed 37, 11th in the NFL, 3-point differential. 1-1, 28 points. That's giving them in rank 11. How did y'all lose to the Lions? Okay. The Lions aren't a good team. They aren't the worst team ever, but they're not a good team. Y'all are supposed to be a good team. Y'all could have won the division over the Chiefs, but y'all just had 1 or 2 games off. Y'all had a better record than some teams that won the division. Y'all were a great team. And y'all lost to the Lions. What happened there? Okay? Now we get to the top 10. The exciting teams. The teams that are right now the best in the NFL. These teams are going to change. There's teams that are here that don't belong here that will fall off. There's teams that's going to move up into this spot. This is going to change a lot. Number 10, the Detroit Lions. Thank you, Chargers. You gave the Detroit Lions a number 10 spot. Okay? Now, if Rob watches this video, he's going to be going, yeah, the Lions right now are the 10th best in the NFL. They're doing better than the Texans and this team and that team. And yeah, okay, he's already got enough to be excited about, beating y'all. Now, if he watches this video, he's going to be like twice as excited. Whatever. The Detroit Lions, they're 10th in the NFL. They've scored 40 points, tied for 17th. They've allowed 37, tied for 11th. Positive 3-point differential. They are 1-0-1. Technically, no, they aren't 2-0, but technically they are undefeated. They haven't lost a single game, which is impressive. But right now they have 28 points, and they're the 10th best team in the NFL as of right now. Because of the Chargers. Number 9, the Green Bay Packers. Now, this team has scored 31 points. Honestly, the NFC North seems to be open for anyone. The Lions beat the Chargers, so clearly they can be a good team. The Packers, good. The Bears, if they figure out how to get their offense going, could win. And the Vikings, they can win. They can. Will they? Probably not, but they can. Honestly, most of these divisions are open to anyone as of right now. Anything can happen. This is football after all. But the Green Bay Packers, surprisingly, it's not their offense that's doing all the work right now. It's really funny. Against the Vikings, he scored like 21 points in the first quarter, and it's just like, stop. Okay, that's enough. Let's just stop. We got a defense now. We don't have to do any more. Yeah, they won, but it would have been nice if Aaron Rodgers and the offense did something. But here we go. They scored 31 points total for 26 in the NFL. And their defense has only allowed 19 points. The second best defense in the NFL right now. That's amazing for the Packers. That's a plus 12-point differential, 2-0, and with 28 points. They have the better record, so obviously they won, plus a better run differential. But the Green Bay Packers, yeah, the Green Bay Packers are they have a good defense. That's what got them going right now. Their offense needs to pick up the pace. They can't just slouch. Even though they got a good defense right now, they can't just slouch. They still have to play the game. The Dallas Cowboys. I know. They're moving down the power rankings after they won. How can this be? Well, it's not just that they won, it's how big did they win and all this other stuff, okay? They've scored 66 points. That's fifth in the NFL. They've allowed 38 points, 13th in the NFL, a 38-point differential, 2-0, 18 points. The fifth best offense and the 13th best defense. This Dallas team just played really good away from home. It was against the Redskins. They could have beat them. But I am still impressed with the Dallas Cowboys. We will see if they can keep this up as the season goes on. I'm not sure, but like I said, we will see. So Dallas Cowboys right now, they're still in the top 10, but we need to see how well they do as the season progresses. Dallas Cowboys are a good team right now. 7. The Buffalo Bills are undefeated. They've scored 45 points, 12th in the NFL. They've allowed 30 points, 5th in the NFL. They have the 5th best defense in the NFL right now. Okay? A top 5 defense. 15-point differential. 2-0. 17 points. A really good offense right now. This, when I'm talking about teams that don't belong here, this is one of the teams. I do not believe the Buffalo Bills are going to stay in this. They're going to lose, and they're going to lose a lot. They're going to fall out of the top 10. I do not know why they're up here. Next, we got the Los Angeles Rams, a team that does belong in the top 10. They destroyed the Saints. We need to see how well they do against a good team, which we will. But right now, the Rams, they beat the Panthers, they beat the Saints. They are still as good as ever. 57 points, 7th in the NFL, 36 points, tied for 9th in the NFL. So their offense and defense are both in the top 10. So obviously, this is the top 10 team. 21-point differential, 2-0 for 16 points. The Los Angeles Rams, are ranked 6th in the NFL. As in the power rankings, they are a good team. This team is playoff bound. This team is Super Bowl bound. This team may make it to the Super Bowl again. Who knows? Anything can happen. Another team could beat them. But this team is Super Bowl bound. This team right now is Super Bowl bust. It's not just make it Super Bowl. No. This is a Super Bowl win or bust for this team right now. They are heartbroken after the last loss, and they want to go back and taste victory once more. And with that, we get into the top 5, the 5 best teams in the NFL. Rounding that off, we get the Kansas City Chiefs, top 5. Again, another team with the top 10 offense and a top 10 defense. Obviously a top 10 team, but the offense is not just top 10, it's the top 5. Scoring 68 points, 4th in the NFL. The defense allowed 36, tied for 9th in the NFL, a 32-point differential, 2-0, 13 points. The Kansas City Chiefs are a good team once again. They looked pretty bad, struggling a little bit against the Raiders, but they found their stride and just destroyed them. And plus, they won big time week 1 against the Jaguars. Moving down out of the top 3, the Tennessee Titans. They need to move down even further. They're the only team in the top 10 right now that isn't undefeated. They're the only team in the top 5 that isn't undefeated. They are 1-1. How are they up here? Well, their offense has scored 60 points, 60 in the NFL, and they've only allowed 32 points. Again, 6 in the NFL. And even though they are 1-1, their point differential, is still 28 points, a positive 28 points. That's amazing. 12 points, that gives them ranked 4th in the NFL. Yes, they lost. Yes, they went down. I don't believe they're going to stay in the top 10 forever, but right now, the Tennessee Titans do look like a good team, even with that loss to the Colts. Right now, their stats are still good, but that could change. That's probably just because their first game was really, really good. We will see how they are as time goes on. I really want the Titans to fall back. This is the team that I would like to see as the worst team. But right now, that's going to be the Dolphins, and that's going to be the Dolphins at the end of the year. With that, we get into the top three. We get the bronze, silver, and gold. Now, with the top three, we obviously start with the bronze. And who's getting the bronze this week? It's the San Francisco 49ers. They got the bronze for week 3 power rankings, scoring 72 points for third in the NFL, allowing 34 points, 8th in the NFL, with a 38-point differential, 2-0, and 11 points. With top 3 offense, obviously this team is going to be ranked somewhere up high, and their top 10 defense, ranked 8th, gives them a nice boost. So with 11 points, they got the 3rd spot and got the bronze medal. Pretty darn good. Now, who gets the silver? The silver is going to go to the Baltimore Ravens. They got the gold last week, and this week they're getting the silver. They got the best offense right now, scoring 82 points. They got a top 5 defense, allowing only 27 points, ranked 4th. They have 55-point differential. They've won 2 blowouts. They are 2-0 with 5 points, make them ranked 2nd in the NFL. They are going to be winning the division. This team's going in strong. This team's playing good. 49ers are doing good, but I don't like to talk about them. They are going to disappoint you at some point. They're not going to win at all. I don't like the 49ers. But the Baltimore Ravens, I respect, I love. I think they're going to go far. They are definitely going to the playoffs. They're definitely going to win division. This team is going to be good. So who gets the gold? Which team is the best in the NFL? Well, there's going to be some debate over this. I know. There's going to be a lot of people happy. But you can't really argue too much. New England Patriots. They got a top 3 offense and a top 3 defense. The only team to have a top 3 offense and top 3 defense. And not just that, they have the best defense and the second best offense, scoring 76 points and only allowing 3 points, with the best point differential being plus 73. They are 2-0, 3 points. How can you argue against this team being number 1 right now? No, they haven't scored the most points, yada yada, but right now they are clearly the best team. They have won huge blowout games. Their defense has been doing amazing. We will see how well this keeps going. But they blew out the Steelers and they blew out the Dolphins. Dolphins not that impressive. Honestly, we need to see the team later on in the season. But right now, this team is clearly the best in the NFL. So Rob's going to be really, really happy. When it comes to the top 10, his team is number 1 and his team is number 10. He's going to be happy. And well, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be happy with this rankings. A lot of people are going to be mad. I hope this reaches another 100. Who knows? And I am happy. This is going to be my first video edited. Thanks to Better, who I may or may not put in the description. I'll let him decide. I then ask him. He's going to be watching this. He's going to hear it. I'm probably going to ask him in email as well. But here we go. These are the Week 3 NFL Power Rankings. New England Patriots are the best. Miami Dolphins are the worst. Where does your team rank? And just tell me what you think about them and how you think the teams are going to be at the end of the season and where you think the team should be right now.